fly tyers, welcome to another episode of Aaron at the Fly Desk. I don't know about the rest of you, but I literally lay in bed at night thinking of new ways to tie proven flies. And so the creative sides of me takes over and I think of weird, crazy ideas to tie flies. So today, you can see I've got a weird hook. It's called a Mustad ABERDEEN JIG hook, and it's Mustad's number 32755-BR. This is a size 10, and the way this hook's designed, it's probably about a size, the same size as a size, I don't know, 12 to 14, and so it's still not a very big hook. And so today we're going to tie a blue-winged olive on this hook. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my tail, and what I do is I take a hackle and actually strip all the fibers off, and then what happens is I have a little piece of material that looks like that. What I'm going to do is I'm pretty much tying this fly upside down. So I'm going to tie these, I call them hackle stems, these hackle stems into a V. I'm going to make sure everything is curving downward. So once I get them on, I'm going to run my thread down just a little bit, and then I'm going to cut off my excess hackle stems and then pull everything down, secure on the hook. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to put it back where I ended it, and then I'm going to get some dry fly dubbing. Just use some olive. This is a brand Semperfly, and I really like this product because it's super easy to dub with. You don't have to do a dubbing loop. You don't have to use wax thread. You don't have to put wax on your thread. You can see it's very, very sticky, so it sticks to the thread real nicely. You can see I've kind of tapered that dubbing already onto my existing thread, so that as I wrap it, it naturally tapers onto the hook. Maybe a little bit more. Nice bit of dubbing on there. We use a lot of blue wing olive patterns where I live, and then spring, early summer, fish are really keyed in on them. Okay, so now got all my dubbing on there. And you can see I've left just a little tiny bit of room right here because we are going to put on some wings. So what we're going to do is I've taken some wing material and I've used my wing burners, and I've burnt me a couple nice shaped wings here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie them on. Try to get them as close to the same size as possible here. It's actually looking pretty good. A little bit of excess. Okay, and so I just kind of hold them in place. Make sure we tie them off nice. Like so. And then I'll even do a little figure-8 pattern just to keep them nice and spread apart. Okay, next thing we'll do is we'll get a little bit more dubbing now, and anywhere where I've figure-8'd or put thread, we're just going to run some of this dubbing through there. Just like so. Okay, so now you can see how it's coming together a little bit. Next, kind of our last step, is I'm actually going to turn the fly in my vise so it's a little more vertical, and then I'm going to tie a hackle right on to the JIG ABERDEEN portion, and then what we're going to do is we're going to simply wrap through it. I'm going to be pretty liberal with it. Okay, and then what I like to do is wrap my thread through this a few times just to keep everything nice and tight. And then I make a few more wraps on the top. Oh, that didn't work out very good. Let's try that again. We get our wet finisher. I just pull my hackle back. Okay. Hey, little buddy. Alright. Jace, will you shut that door? Okay, and then what we're going to do is just simply cut our hackle. And now we'll put it back in. I'll put it upside down so you can kind of see how it's to look at the water. So you can see we got our tail sticking up, got a nice profile, and that, my friends, is what I call the Aberdeen blue wing olive. One thing that this Aberdeen design dry fly is going to do is when I tie my tippet onto the hook, there's going to be some distance here to where that tippet's not going to be touching the water, which I think will help, because a lot of times when a fish refuses your fly, it's because he sees that tippet there connected to it. So I think this will look a lot more natural and free floating. So anyway, hopefully you like this Aberdeen dry fly design. I'm going to get ready and mail them up to Trevor and have him test them out for us. So thank you for watching.